Hello, everybody. Oh my God, look at the back of the room.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, neat. Thanks for coming.
You light up a room when you come in. With music?
That's
Oh, that's the guy?
yeah. Roars are happening. Hi, everybody. Oh,
Hi.
welcome to our Sunday nap panel. I hope you all brought your pillows. We're going to take a group nap together.
You don't
Right?
have to sleep, but you have to keep your eyes closed.
We, as you can see, expected it to be very chill, which it is. We don't have a big extravaganza for you today. We just thought it'd be a fun way to hang out with our community. We've been doing it at the booth all weekend, and we had the opportunity to take a slot in a panel room.
Yep.
We took it.
So there. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here. So let me introduce the folks up here, because maybe you know some, but you probably don't know others. I'm Eric Pope. I'm the community director on Dead by Daylight. I'm joined here by Matt Cote. He is a QA tester.
I wish.
He's the head of partnership, so if there is a license you like in the game or a license you want us to get, he's the one who makes it happen. And King is one of our content creators and fog whisperers.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets applause.
Oh, thank
Why
you.
does King get applause? Come on.
Thank you.
I mean, he's okay.
I mean, he should, which is not that he shouldn't.
Thank you, guys.
And this is Gab Malvar, who none of you know, but she's our events manager. Our booth, this would not be happening right now without Gab. So let's give Gab a hand.
Yay.
And very similarly, we have Kat Gamble, who's one of our brand managers, and she is also behind the boards of our high-tech quiz entertainment system. Kat, hello. So yeah, we prepared a little quiz. We'll have some fun a little bit later, but ease everybody in. Matt, how has your show been?
It's been amazing.
Yeah?
I have to say, it's awesome to be back at PAX. It's one of my favorite events, and we hadn't been here in years, 5 years to be exact, and then now we're back, and it's awesome, and we'll be doing more of that. I think there's a few people on the booth staff, I mean, from the team.
Yeah.
It was their first time meeting the fans in person, getting that face full of intense passion.
Yep.
And they want more, so we'll be doing more of that.
Face full of passion.
There
Sounds
you go.
like a perk. You got to walk around. Did you get to see any cool games?
You know what? I like to go and see the very small little indie because
Same.
nostalgia, you know, that was us 10 years ago showing it.
Yep.
And yeah, so I saw a couple of really cool things. I've got a few cards in my pocket. I'm going to go check that.
Oh, that's the one I was going to mention.
Yeah, oneway.exe. There's also one that's called Cat Secretary.
Oh, I didn't see Cat Secretary.
And
What do
my
you
question was, are you a cat that is a secretary, or are you the secretary to a cat?
Oh.
Which both would
I
have
would
been
play
great
either of
ideas.
those games, yeah.
You're actually a cat that is the secretary to a group of people, and you make sure that everything happens.
Okay.
And it seems super fun. So.
Yeah, so oneway.exe, the one that you shouted out, is a really cool, it's in the PAX Rising if you get a chance. Wonderful devs. They were
Yeah.
bug fixing while I was there. But it's one of those games you sit down and it's like, oh, there's a desktop here. And it was actually already inside the game. I thought it was just the desktop of Windows. So it's one of those, I don't know what the genre would be called. You know, you're inside an experience. But basically, it's a game that's in development. That's the story. The game is in development. You're one of the developers, and you're going into different rooms. And it's essentially an escape room thing, but it's horror. It's super unique and super cool. So that's my pick of the show.
But for me, it's the cosplays.
Oh,
That's what
so
makes
many
me the
good
happiest.
cosplays.
And we have a few here right now,
Yes.
which is awesome. But we've seen some really, really cool ones throughout the whole 4 days.
Yes.
And thank you. Thank you for every
Yeah,
single
thanks for the
person.
cosplayers for all the work, time, energy, money that you put into that stuff.
Yeah,
I know
very
it's-
much. Now, I have a question for the people here. I don't know if I should be running around with the mic to get questions in. We probably hear you. But I assume most of you saw the show. If not, you probably looked at the replays online. But I want to open the floor. There were a lot of people screaming stuff during the show. We didn't really answer them. Of course, if you have very precise question about things we didn't talk about, we're not going to be able to talk about it. But if you have questions that you think we might have a way of answering, we'll open the floor and let you scream.
Scream.
Yes.
Is there a plan to get more Tokyo Ghoul characters as cosmetics? Specifically, Juzo Sudeya?
So, any of these things that we... Oh, that's nice. Come on in.
We're actually asleep now.
Yeah.
We were just
Crossed
shouting
over
out
to the sleep.
cosplayers. Good timing. Welcome.
Hi, friend.
Welcome
He's
slash
an
don't
old friend.
murder us.
And so any of these things that we haven't announced yet, we can't talk about, of course. However, anytime we bring in licenses, the older ones, like that guy, it's oftentimes it's harder because when we created those agreements way back when, we did not have a store in the game, and we didn't have cosmetic packs in any of those. The more recent ones, it's usually something that we at least think about and talk about during those conversations. So that's the very generic answer to your question.
I would answer with a question to you. Quick poll, who wants to see more anime and DBD?
Oh, that's
Wow, awesome. Who would like to see more Tokyo Ghoul? Okay, all right.
all right.
I'm gonna do a lot of that.
And you go, why don't you want to see more Tokyo? Okay. Quentin. Yeah.
I have a question, because I've talked to a number of you and been shocked at how far people have come to be at PAX East. So how many of you are from the Boston area? Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot.
How many in New England?
Okay.
So if you're from Boston, include yourself so I can just, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
The New York tri-state area, okay. Oh, geez. Who's out further west, Middle America and or Canada?
Wow.
Wow. Anyone from the West Coast? Come on.
Wow.
jeez.
That's amazing. Thank you all for being here.
Rest of the world?
Yeah, rest of the world, outside.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much for being here, making the time to be with us.
It means a lot.
Yeah. It's amazing, and for me, it's been really, really cool to be amongst the community in the booth all weekend, because we're online with you all the time, but to be face-to-face, to have great conversations, to learn about your families and your favorite things about the game, it's just super touching.
Yeah.
Any other questions? So folks, if you saw the Friday,
I'll pass by with the
here
mic.
we go.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
pass by with
See,
the
this is
mic
what
to
Gab
everybody.
does.
So, with Five Nights at Freddy's being announced, that's obviously a huge collaboration. How do you guys plan on topping that in the future?
Yeah. So that's sort of my joy and nightmare every single day. I think it really started to be a thing when we were doing, I think, Resident Evil. And we're like, yeah, we released Resident Evil and people lost their shit. And then we're like, okay, so how do we top that? And then we did Nick Cage. And then everybody was completely aghast. And we're like, okay, but how do you one-up Nick Cage, right? And so every time we do something, we have to do bigger, we have to do better, we have to do not just the big thing that everybody expects us, but also the thing that nobody thought we'd ever do.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Like The Witcher. Never
Like The
thought it was
Witcher.
gonna happen.
I think that The Witcher took a few people by surprise,
Yeah.
and that makes me happy. And hopefully, we will continue to keep you on your tippy toes.
And now I'm going to do the thing again and ask, what would you think would be something that would top FNAF? And no one judge, please.
Yeah?
Honestly, I feel like the anime route was kind of good, and I feel like there's a lot of horror animes. Or I was also wondering if you guys had any like dream collaborations you guys want to do for the game.
So you didn't answer.
Well, I said anime. I think there's anime,
Okay.
but I was also wondering if you guys have any like ones that you think would top that you guys really want in the game.
It's tough. It's tough.
Is there a specific anime that you're thinking?
Death Note, particularly. in mind.
Ah, nice. Nice.
There's someone at the back.
Sure.
Who?
Jason would be cool to see
never heard of him.
making the move over.
Is it from a video game?
I think he's a
God.
basketball player.
Yeah, we don't do sport. Yet.
Any other questions? We got a couple. We'll go here first.
So I got an idea for like maybe a collab. Can the Keeper from Evil Within or the Big Daddy from BioShock? How about that? I feel like that would be very good.
Those are cool.
So to answer the question, yes, they could.
But does it seem like a possibility?
It's possible.
Okay.
We've talked in the past about that mythical big Excel sheet that exists for real. That's a sheet.
I recently got access to the big spreadsheet.
And there's a big list of every idea, and some obvious ones, and some really far-fetched ones, and some that immediately everybody went, nope. But all of them are in that list, and so, yeah, there are a lot of possibilities. The ones you just named are things that we've talked about that might make it for some reason, that might not make it for many other reasons. Who knows? The future is
You had a question here, right?
full of surprises.
Should we expect more guest celebrities like a Nick Cage, in a sense?
Well, absolutely, you should be expecting that, but you should also think that I will do my very, very best to make sure that you will get something you did not expect.
And I will say, I definitely want the Teletubbies that you put on the survey. Like, I really want it. When I seen it, I was like, that's so creative, but yeah, I want that.
I get it.
Yeah, that'd be
I
cool.
totally get it.
If Jose were here, he would talk very seriously about how much he wants the
Yeah.
Teletubbies.
He loves the Teletubbies. Let's see. Oh, we haven't gone on this side in a while, so we'll go here. Oh, and then you have a question.
So as you guys continue to work with voice actors and other actors as well, with your recent work with both Matthew Lillard and PJ, I was wondering how your experience was working with both of them and how it was different working with an actor with a more traditional background and somebody who started with voice acting.
He also got to be in the Nick Cage sessions too, so
Yeah.
throw that in the mix as well.
Yeah, I didn't attend Matthew Lillard, but I was there when we recorded Nick Cage, and that was crazy. I mean, at the very, very beginning of the project, the first, let's say 4 years, most of the voices in the game were from people on the team, just because of budget reason, also because of scale, we had no idea. So it was just us recording voices for the characters. I didn't record any, but some others on the team did. And now we use a lot of voice actors. For a lot of the survivors, we've used metal singers, just because the screeching and screaming that's required, and they're used to really, working their voice box. But in the last few years, it's become much more important for us to do everything that we can to get the most authentic voice possible for our characters. So if it's possible, like The Witcher, we're gonna get Doug Cockle to record the Geralt character. Like, as much as we can do this to get you the original authentic voices for our characters, we're gonna do that. And it's been great. Most people that we end up working with are awesome. They get a kick out of it. It's super fun for them because it tends to be something that they've never done before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, if Matthew Lillard had done VO before. I'm trying to think.
Not that I know of, but there's some voice actors who do things like, cartoons and things like that, where you're just a voice and you're not actually acting at the same time. And so it's related sort of experience, but specifically for us, because we're gonna say, okay, now you get hit in the face with a machete. Would you give me 3 versions of that? Okay. And now you're dropped from a very high place. And there's a lot of different things that we ask them to do. And okay, now sustain that scream for at least 20 seconds, right? You're on a hook, piercing you through the back.
And
Okay.
I remember the expectation with Nick, Kate,
Yeah.
I call him Nick because we're friends.
Yeah.
The expectation was he probably didn't want to do those, what we call the grunts. And
Yeah,
then
the exertions.
the exertions.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have some testimony from somebody who did a voice line. Go ahead.
I can testify it was very difficult. I worked with them. For those that don't know, I worked with Dead by Daylight. I was the community manager at the beginning, and I got an opportunity to voice Jane, the survivor. Woo! And yeah, thank you. So I got to experience what it is behind the scene in the booth audio, and it is freaking hard. And at the studio, people were hearing me screaming, and they were like, "Is she dying or something?" But it was fun, so there you go.
Good stuff. Maybe we could take another question before we get to the quiz. I know there are some here. Let me go with this one.
Is there any possibility of adding more Silent Hill characters to the game, like Harry Mason or Henry or Claudia?
We have. I mean, as in, we had an original Silent Hill offering, and then we added a few more things. They are more active now than they were when we originally released Silent Hill, so yeah, there's more stuff coming for Silent Hill from them.
I feel like somebody told you, King. Didn't someone say something to you recently about
Yes,
this?
so Rose, who is responsible for pretty much all of the cosmetics in the game, shout out Rose, we did a interview with her when I was in Montreal not too long ago, and she said that there is a new Pyramid Head skin that will be coming out very, very soon based on the previous iterations of him, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that shows that this guy's in direct contact with them.
Maybe we could go to the quiz, and then after we can go back to the Q&A, just to be sure that we're giving away everything that we need to give today.
All right. So should I walk around?
Or maybe you should explain what we're doing and
Oh,
what
yeah.
the prizes are.
Okay. So we're going to do a quiz with very difficult questions, and then the right answers will get. We have two of those really rare Pizza Hut shirts. Yeah, they're old school. And then we do have copies of the first issue of the first run of the Dead by Daylight comic. So yeah, that's what you could win if you have absolute knowledge of Dead by Daylight. It's hard. Honestly, I was stumped by most of the questions.
Yeah. We're going to warm up. We got a few warm-up
we
questions
do
just
have
for
some.
all of us to get in the mode.
Softballs.
And this, I believe, King, was your creation.
Yes.
I mean, it was Alex Trebek's creation, and then you sort of made your own version.
Yeah. So I did my own version of Jeopardy in Dead by Daylight and started off with creators that maybe you guys know, Aaron, Ott, Spooky Loops. So that was pretty fun. Eventually, it really blew up. Everybody enjoyed it so much. And I asked Matthew to come on the show one day, and he's like, hell no, I'm not going to be a contestant and embarrass myself, but I will host. So I became the contestant, and I understood why he didn't want to do it. It was embarrassing, but somehow I ended up winning, and a lot, I think maybe all of those questions are directly from the Jeopardy that I made. So I should know these answers, but we'll see.
But you're not participating anyway,
No,
so
I
you should be okay. I'll walk around. I'll take the first person who puts their hand up, and let's see how that goes.
And King is going to run it as the host of this little quiz game. Yeah.
And just for your information, the first 3 questions is just feelers. You're not
just
winning
feeling,
this
no
yet.
prizes.
No prizes here. We're just going to get everyone
warm up.
and get your minds awake.
All right.
Yeah.
First
All right.
question.
Let's go.
Bum, bum, bum. Is it up there too? Can you see it?
Ah. What is the number of? Yeah.
What is the number? Oh yeah, you take.
What is the number
How
of?
many boon perks are there in Dead by Daylight?
That's correct. Yeah, 5.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Which map first introduced players to the breakable wall?
You can still choose who.
Well, you got to pick somebody.
You.
That's correct, yeah. Dead Dog Saloon, yeah. Nice job. Final one, yeah.
That's the last warm-up.
This there damsel beat her rival at a track meet despite running on a foot fractured in several places.
That
Who
was
is she?
you, unknown.
That is incorrect, I'm sorry.
But he did proper Jeopardy phrasing.
I know, I respect that, yeah.
Freddie.
That's correct, Meg.
All right,
so
you guys feel warmed up?
Yeah.
We
those
have
were
some
the
serious
good old
contenders here.
warm-ups.
That's good.
Yep.
I know, that's good. So now begins the true prize-winning portion.
Yeah. Ooh, what is the number of realms in DBD? That's a tricky one. Anybody?
Don't you dare Google it.
Aren't there 12?
No, a lot more.
Next.
Hesitantly raised.
Yeah. 23, no. 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 Li-
Wow.
Just name them all.
You?
Closer, but no.
19.
Closer.
That's crazy. You?
No.
Now it's the Price is Right group.
Yeah.
You? Yeah.
No.
You?
No.
I think the sailor has it. Nope.
That's right, Tony.
Would you like a Pizza Dwight shirt or a comic book? You can take your pick.
I like how everybody avoided 20. It's just beat around the bush. Yeah.
Sitting is
It is,
such
it's
a
shockingly
nice
even.
luxury at PAX, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I originally thought I was like 23.
And those
So.
chairs are actually nice. Like for
New question, new
Oh,
question.
sorry.
Oh.
You were fast.
Yeah, which survivors worked at a Moonstone Cafe shop? That's correct. Yeah, very nice.
Well done. Come on and get your prize.
Pizza Dwight?
Thank you very
No
much.
worries.
Nice job.
Classic.
Alrighty. What was the first map in Dead by Daylight to contain weather effects? This is a tricky one. That's incorrect. No. No. No, it's not. No. Yeah, that's the tricky one. Yeah.
No, it's the definition of weather effect that I have a problem.
Yeah. That's correct. Yeah, it's Larry's. Yeah, outside. Outside the snowfalls. Yeah.
King just made some enemies.
I know, right? They clapped me in. They're gonna boo me out. Ooh, how many hex perks are in Dead by Daylight? This is a good one. Yeah, right on the nose. 18.
Wow.
The goat? Lucky guess, yeah. Which 3 killer perks can inflict survivors with the broken status effect? Oh, we're looking for their perks. Yeah. Close. Missing one. Oh no, you're right there. Close. So close. There you go. Yeah, that's a tricky one. In which map can you study the grand example of that
Acadian cuneiform.
Thank you. Yeah, very nice.
The shirts went quick.
Yeah,
We only had two.
Yeah.
There were only two left.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like a couple at the office.
Yep.
Alrighty, which survivor was last seen in Japan before a crash that took them into the fog? No, incorrect. I got stumped by it too, yeah. That's correct, it's Adam, yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I originally thought, so Matthew asked me that and I said Yui and I got it wrong, so. Alrighty. Yep. Architecture is the soul of civilization is the quote from which Survivor perk?
Which Survivor perk?
Nope. Well.
Nope. Kat gave it to her.
We'll give it to you.
You get it?
Fair enough. Yeah.
We're just having fun here.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's okay. We still have a couple of copies.
We have 3 more questions.
Which survivor dropped out of Yale University while his brother graduated with honors? Correct, Jake. Very nice.
We have a heavy concentration of winners on this side.
I know.
Oh, Matt, did you hear that?
I know everything about you.
We have accusations of favoritism for this side of the room.
For this side of the room. What are the 5 killer perks that can cause survivors to become exhausted? Who plays killer here? Let's see. True. Yeah, you need all 5 of them.
I don't think we have the license for that, Eric.
Yeah,
Can you get us the Jeopardy license?
please.
Next Survivor.
The mustache.
Actually, we'll get the Will Ferrell version.
Yes.
So nothing? This next question. Everybody's good enough? Okay.
Do you want to try like one of the perks?
Yeah.
Who's got one?
Yeah, 1. Oh, one is easy.
Who's got 2 of them?
2. 2 is better.
That guy was first. Yep.
Yeah?
You want
Yeah?
to try for a third one?
Oh, okay. One more.
Okay. Oh, no, sorry. I was just asking him if he wants to try for a third one.
Yeah? Yeah?
Okay, Meetup.
Very nice. I assume you're a killer main? Yes. Yeah. Last one. I'll hit you with everything I've got, then I'll do it again. Is a quote on a character perk that belongs to which survivor?
He already got it coming.
It is Yui, yeah.
Let's go.
Very nice. Nicely done. Good job.
While Matt does that, I have some other things I'm curious about. How many of you interact with DBD on social media?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Of that social media, how many of you are on the Twitter side of things? Okay. Instagram? Nice.
Oh.
Look at that.
That's a lot more.
Audrey, Instagram is coming up.
Yeah.
It's been our fastest growing channel, so Instagram is an interesting thing these days. TikTok.
Yeah, what about TikTok?
Look at that. Facebook? Sir. Let's go deeper. Any of you go to the DBD forums? Wow, okay. The subreddit.
God,
Hey.
I don't even do that.
What else? Blue Sky?
Yes.
Yeah, Blue Sky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Blue Sky is our newest. Threads. Yes.
My guy.
We got the thread heads here.
Yeah. Who watches Mixer. No, is that?
No, I don't think that's a thing.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
No.
Discord.
Discord, yeah.
Yes.
The official
Discord
Discord?
for sure.
Yeah.
Discord, yep. Nice.
Oh yeah,
On the
Steam.
Steam forums.
Yeah, Steam.
Oh, wow. If you are on the Steam forums, we need to have a talk. You've got some things to work out. Cool. Matt, what would you like to know about these people? You got any? This is your chance to learn, to suck
Yeah.
some knowledge.
Yeah.
Do you prefer, box your ears, do you prefer licensed chapters or original chapters? Wow. Hands up for license. Ooh. Hands up for original.
Ooh.
See, that's what I keep saying.
I know you
I mean,
do.
I don't want to get myself out of a
He does
job,
not
but,
hog the
Fired.
but I think our original chapters are really cool, and they allow us to flex some really interesting creative muscles. So
Yeah, I think
Thank
everybody
you.
likes putting the clues together to figure things out. Like with Sable and piecing together what the unknown's like. I think that's what a lot of the community likes.
Oh, who here thinks they figured out our hints from the broadcast?
Ooh.
Okay.
Everyone shouted at the same time. Not sure if I heard it.
No. I don't.
I have very bad hearing too, so who's to say? All right. Gosh, a captive audience. I just feel like one time I did an entire panel. It was a reverse Q&A.
Okay.
We just, when I worked on Rock Band, we just
Ask
an
people.
entire hour of us asking the community questions.
That's nice, though.
Yeah,
It's a
cool.
good opportunity.
It's a good sample size.
Yeah,
For,
I guess I have a question for the community. So it's our 9th anniversary now, and I want to know who has been a fan since 2024. We're gonna go up 2024. I guess everybody should be, right? Let's do 2024, 2023, 2022. Okay, we lost some folks. 2021, 2020. Okay, we still have okay.
Damn.
2019. Okay. 2018. Okay, we're losing folks. 2017. Okay. 2016.
Wow.
And so these folks have been here since the start, I guess.
the whole time.
You've seen this poor man
Incredible.
age in real time.
Who was here at the PAX when Matt was showing the demo? Wow. Crazy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Of those people that were here, what was your first impression? Did it grab you right away, or were you like, it's kind of interesting? I'd be interested to see. Yeah, go ahead. Trapper.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, for me it was, I know this is the first game you mentioned nowadays, but Evolve, I got super into.
It's not cursed at all.
But that and for some reason the like original like menu theme of going into the game, that like soft guitar riff, that the asymmetrical combined with that just instantly caught me.
Awesome. Yeah, that song, I mean, it's never getting out of my head now, but it's so awesome. It was a guy, he's local, he's from Montreal, that we worked with to do that. He composed that little riff, and we're like, ooh, that's really good, I think. And it's now...
Oh, actually, this morning, someone from Australia tagged me and you. You might not have checked
I
your Twitter
seen
yet.
that, yeah.
I don't.
They had a wedding in Australia,
Yeah.
2 DVD fans, and that was their music at the
Yeah.
wedding.
Awesome.
It's incredible.
We were in Japan 2 months, 3 months ago, something like that, a little more. And there was one of the streamers there, a guy who's been doing content creation with Dead by Daylight for a long time. And he had his wedding was fully DVD themed. It was
That's awesome.
crazy. They had a totem on the altar thing. Like, it was something.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that game has affected a lot of people in ways that we could never have predicted, and mostly good. So,
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Will you be able to incorporate, like, there's so many, I know this part I'm getting, but there's so many menus that have disappeared, you know, and that I feel
You mean the lobbies? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not impossible, and it's true that there's a lot of effort that has been put in many of them. Actually, all of them.
All of them, yeah,
We
yeah.
always put a lot of effort into them, and it's sad to have only seen them for a little moment. So yeah,
And it's
like
fresh.
bringing back.
It's
old
fresh in
lobbies.
people's minds too, because Tokyo Ghoul was like 12 days or something before we
Yeah.
lost it, because we had Blood Moon at the same time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden
Yes,
is awesome.
yes, yes.
You could like even if it's like I don't know paywall or you can earn it or whatever,
Mhm.
they just keep bringing it back and you just swap it.
I did have actually.
Duly noted.
Yeah, I had a good discussion about that the week before. It is on a list. The feature exists.
Yeah.
The list is very long, and we have very complicated prioritization discussions, but we know that it's a thing. There is a Confluence page for it even, but I'm doing a lot to push. That's my pet feature. I
Yeah.
try not to do this most of the time, but that one's my pet feature because I agree. The artists do such great work on it, and it's so cool. I would love to
And
be
people
able to
have their favorites, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's okay.
Should we expect like more from the Blumhouse universe?
That's another conversation altogether. But I can tell you, at least regarding, I mean, Blumhouse has a couple of really cool licenses, and that's possible. But also they are our partners for the Dead by Daylight movie with Atomic Monster, and that's still an ongoing thing, absolutely. We don't have anything to share today, but I cannot wait to be able to talk about this. We have more people. Pick one. People think that I have favorites.
Red flannel.
I do.
I think a few of us have already seen things from like Secret Level or the Love, Death, and Robots team. Had you considered reaching out with anime?
I would absolutely love it. Especially Level Zero, so cool. Like all of them were awesome. I watched all of them. Yeah, that would be great.
Good amount of the characters would work very well within like the 15 to 20 minute animation.
Yep.
One of Behavior's primary art directors worked on
The Pac-Man
Level Zero.
one.
Yeah. Front row.
Since you worked with Remedy before with Alan Wake, would you ever bring like Jesse from Control or anything?
I'll take another question.
Keep in mind, Matt really can't say yes to any of those questions. So. Yes.
Are we ever possibly going to get like more lore snippets about the original four specifically, like their time in the realms before everyone else came along?
I like that.
Before is a very difficult word to use in a place where time is wobbly, right? But I get what you're saying, and it's true that the survivors and the killers way back when had very, very little lore, and even the world of Dead by Daylight had very little lore. It was mostly in the flavor text for add-ons and perks, and that story exists. So we want to find more ways to tell that story. The casting of Frank Stone was one of the ways that we did that. Even Hooked on You had a few bits in there. And there will be more.
Are you saying Hooked on You is canon?
Absolutely.
Who here has played Hooked on You?
You now know that the trapper underneath this full getup, he's wearing that Speedo.
Oh, man.
I would like, it's funny because I met one of the writers at the con. He was there and he came to see us. And they had a blast working on that. And we had a really fun time too. Honestly, I wish I could say, yes, it's in the works right now. I doubt that we'd redo something exactly like it or a follow-up to it. But stuff like that, new ways to tell stories about the game, new interesting little side quests, yeah. You can already see the desire to have fun with what we do and do things that we like. Just the game modes is an effort in the last few years where we want to put more effort in just having a good time with the game. You can see it also with the sort of the quality of life efforts that we put these days, where we sort of slow down a couple of things and maybe push them by a month or something so that we can add more interesting thing. The choose your own chapter is a great example of that too, right? Because it's just fun. It's essentially just more work to create an original chapter, but it's gonna be a fun ride to go along with all of you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm psyched about that.
I have a question for you guys. How do you guys feel that they're taking a step back from pushing out so much content to do quality of life things? Are you guys for it or against it? No? I figured that was
that for or against?
That's for. Yeah, DBD moves fast. You guys are really quick with it. Like, on it, comparative to like other games when it comes down to DLCs, it's super duper rapid, and I think this is a good step in the right direction, and players, as you see, don't really mind that much.
All right, duly noted.
Yeah.
Sir, you've been very patient and polite. Yes.
So, we guys ever explore the origins of the entity and how it works and where it came from, or do you believe that things are scary if you don't know its origins?
Obviously, absolute knowledge is not as fun as wondering, but it's always great to be able to give you an answer to something you've been wondering for a long time. And we'll keep doing that as long as at the same time we give you 5 more questions. So every time we lift the veil a little bit and let you peek at something, we will then make sure that you have way more questions than answers in that. The other thing that, and that maybe gets a little technical and meta, but one of the narrative things that I really enjoy that we can do with our game is we can have some characters, whether it's Benedicts or Vittorio or the people who know shit, we can have them talk with absolute certainty about things, how the world works, how the entity works, and it's great because then it doesn't mean it's true. It just means that these people think it's true. And it's a great way for us to tell you bits of the story and explain things and give you theories. And then if we want to, later, we can then say, yeah, they were absolutely wrong, and then tell you some other thing that it could be. And that's something that we like to do.
I actually have a question for you. Maybe you've probably answered this in the past, but I haven't been on DBD forever. If you don't know that, I've only been on DBD the last 3 years. I think the narrative mechanic of the entity is brilliant because it lets us answer everything.
Yeah.
Was it there from the beginning?
So there's like a couple of moments I remember. One of the first things we were developing the game, and originally it was just tiles. It was just like gray tiles with random terrain on it just to sort of try the gameplay itself. And we had put fences around, and I remember the art director at the time came to see us, and he's like, so what do I put outside the gates? And we're like, we don't care, just put something, it doesn't matter, like just put walls. He's like, yeah, but some of them have like grates or like fences so you can see. We're just like, I don't know, put some black smoke or something. And that led to something else. And it's the same with the hook. We're like, okay, something needs to happen, so you die on there. Originally, obviously, we're just prototyping, and you're just dead, and it says dead. And I'm like, that's a little boring, so we need to find some things. And we found a couple of inspirations, and then there was the daddy fingers, we call them, that came and grabbed you. And all of these things had an aesthetic that blended well together, and it became the entity, which we then grew into many other things and found ways to bring it into a lot of other places. But it started as a sort of Deus Ex Machina, like just an excuse to, that's the edge of the world. Don't worry about it, right? We don't need to explain it. It's just mysterious and scary. Yeah. Okay, it's some mysterious and scary shit.
Yeah, and I think the reason I think it's brilliant is because, like you said, it just lets us answer the thing quickly. Like, how is Nicolas Cage here? But then in doing so, it just makes the story of the entity that much more interesting. Like, oh, shit, he's in the real world now. Okay.
And I like how a lot of people, especially people who come in and then feel super confident that they know everything about Dead by Daylight, and they start telling others, like, oh yeah, the entity feeds on fear and pain, and that's how they're doing this. And you're like, Sure, man, that's your theory. It's not, though, right? It's not as simple as that. It's not as straightforward as that. But clearly there is there an intention? Is there malevolence? It's clearly not fun, but like we want to make sure that it's unknowable, and that is gonna stay. It cannot be comprehended by a feeble human mind, that's for sure.
So I have really quick questions for the community. So if you don't know, Catherine and I, we work on the anniversary broadcast, and we also work on the events side. So I wanted to take a really quick time to ask you, is there anything that you think is missing in the broadcast that you want to hear about? Every single time we do a broadcast, we always go through quality of life, roadmap, we do a reveal, we talk about upcoming collections. But is there anything that you would want to know from us that we can put in the anniversary next year?
What a unique opportunity for you guys.
Oh,
No?
well,
It was
I love
broadcast
that it's
perfect?
complete. That's all. A vote system.
We had something like that in year 5, I think, where we had different segments and we had people vote.
And then we had people
which segment.
choose.
Flow of the show, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, you did.
That was cool.
You had a suggestion, yes?
Although it might like kind of get a little too close to the keep your own chapter that you guys are writing, it would be nice to see some of the stuff that didn't make it to Dead by Daylight. Like just even completely scrap stuff, even if you're not sure you're.
The rejection box.
Yeah, like hey, this year here's some of the stuff that didn't make it, but is it something you might still be interested in seeing as a skit or something like on the side, you know?
Cool.
So you would like to see more of the behind the scenes of what makes it and what doesn't.
Concept art, or maybe even just a
Yeah.
little bit of insight into like, oh, not just here's what we did here, but here's like what we were thinking when we did this, or like here was the immediate inspiration of this.
Thank you so much. We'll bring that in. Go ahead.
One thing that I know came out recently before this weekend was the stats update. That would be something that
Yeah. Stats are great.
For sure.
Got you.
something similar kind of the stats is, or not necessarily stats, but also just like saying during the stream like what the things that you're like looking at and are aware of, like what killers you're considering like making balance changes to that, like just so people know like, oh, we are aware of what people want changed. Like we can't say anything about what those changes are, but like we know what people are looking for.
That's fair.
That's a cool idea.
Understood. And
As an
one more.
interstitial, I think it's a very
Yeah.
interesting one. Okay.
Thank you.
Building off of the concept art, just more behind the scenes stuff of how the game works and things. And then also, I want to see the devs play the game more. I want to see that actually
No, but
play your game.
I had a really fun time playing the game while I was here. It's been fun, but yeah, okay, noted.
Yeah, one more. Go ahead.
To build off the behind-the-scenes stuff, something like what you guys did with Stranger Things, with your behind-the-scenes video there, where you guys kind of talked to both the devs on your side as well as the side of the licensee,
Yep.
seeing how that all works. And I mean, learning about the Demogorgon kind that ported directly from Netflix into Dead by Daylight was an interesting thing to learn about.
Good to know. And then a last question for you folks. Like, let's say if we do an event in Montreal, would that be something you would be interested in coming to see or to go to? I see a thumbs up there. Okay, great. Okay, good stuff.
Who would actually gather their friends and make a road trip or fly to Montreal to come and see?
Yeah.
Who here has a passport? See, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Get a passport, then we'll figure out a Montreal thing.
Yeah,
Perfect,
get
thank
on a
you.
bus, come see us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a tour bus yet.
We don't.
No.
You know
Soon,
what's
TM.
really funny is when we were deciding to go to PAX, there was one suggestion where we would just put everybody in a bus and we'd go to Salem just to like hang out with the witches. Which obviously we scrapped and we decided to do the panel. But there are a lot of really weird ideas that come out of this team.
Next time.
Yeah.
Yes?
So first, I have a question and I have a statement. So, for one, will we ever see any collaboration with James Wayne films, such as like The Nun or Annabelle?
I cannot answer that question.
Another thing is, I know this might be a little bit more difficult as far as collaborations, but I would really like to see some creepypasta killers, like a Slender Man or Devin Hood.
I am quite familiar with them, yes. It would be cool.
Because I've seen like on Reddit and stuff, I've seen people make
Mhm.
little concept art to it.
You know that.
It was so crazy. They even had like the perks and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we check a lot of those, and I can tell you the great thing about these people making these things is that they don't have to deal with the license.
But the unknown was our version of doing a creepypasta killer. And I don't know, a lot of people liked the lead up to that reveal, and it was, Audrey, who we didn't get to introduce, is one of our community managers. She was behind a lot of the
Audrey.
unknown social media stuff. And the whole design of that marketing campaign was creepypasta approach. Like, we even did stuff. Did anyone ever catch the stuff we did on Reddit? We tried to kind of plant stuff in different
Come here,
places.
Audrey. Why don't you come on, talk to us?
You can
Which campaign are we talking about?
All Things Wicked.
That was a really good one.
Just like how we approached that marketing campaign was an interesting one.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
We had a good time.
Did not expect to hear myself. That's really weird. Yeah, we mostly, so what I can say is that we mostly did it on Instagram for that campaign. But what was really interesting is that the whole team, and when I mean the whole team, I mean the whole team, checked on Reddit to see your theories. And we followed that whole, train of theories as we were waiting for the chapter to be revealed and released. And it was really interesting to see what you picked up on and things that you thought about that we didn't even, realize. And there was a lot of work that went behind that chapter and the lead up to that chapter from the whole team. And I think personally, it was my favorite chapter to work on. It was really exciting.
Well, you wrote a lot of the bits yourself, yeah.
Yeah, it was, if you were spooked by the stories, it was partly me. I'm sorry, I guess, maybe, I don't know. It feels good to be spooked. But yeah, if you like them, and seeing how much the community loved that was really great on the community side. And I know we've heard you want more teasers.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's a question maybe we can ask. Do you want more teasers? Okay. We're going to bring that feedback back.
Agreed.
Like, it was so intertwined, and I could tell that you guys paid attention to detail. And I think that, and that's what I was gonna say, that I wanted you guys to do more of that. Because even when, like, I'm sorry to say, but like when Tomb Raider came out, I felt like it wasn't enough. And it was just released, and it was like, I want you to just get the full benefit of the license or even the original, and just utilize it as much as possible.
I hear you. Buy me dinner first.
There's all I can say is there's always a reason for that.
Yeah.
We want to do as much as possible, but there's usually, for one, licensors, it's much more complex, kind of the flow. Yep. Yep.
We wanted to know more.
Yeah. Yeah, we're with you on that one.
So try to help us find Maurice. That's a good start.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, does anybody know where Maurice is?
Any guesses?
I don't know. I got a theory. Number one, I think it's Walking Dead that's coming, and if it is, I think it has something to do with the beginning of Walking Dead. He had a horse.
Huh.
Okay.
And it died. So I'm thinking this.
Damn.
I don't even know if Maurice can walk.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm going to take 2 more questions. And then we'll
Okay,
wrap it
sure.
up. Take your pick.
I like the guy in like the furry Pope hat thing. Yeah, you, the white suit, whatever that is.
I'm not asking if like an SCP chapter would happen, but like
I'm lost.
I mean,
is your question essentially, is SCP stuff licensed?
The way you talk about it, yes. And it's the same to a certain extent with the creepypasta, right? Those things are not license free.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure some guy claims ownership of Slender Man, for example.
There is a guy on 4chan that created Slender Man at some point.
Yeah.
And these things are incredibly more complex than the straightforward, here's a movie, I made the movie.
Yeah, and at least from the content creation side as well, you said, like, I know who you're talking about, they scrapped their video. There was one time I just used, like, inspired music for Slenderman, and just even talking about some of these things, you would think it's, like, fair use, and it looks like that it is never the case, ever. Like, they will find you.
So yeah, there's no way in hell we'd ever do something that's using something existing without crediting it. And so if the credits are not
There's always
straightforward, even some of the licenses that we have right now, were very difficult to just figure out who owns that. And a lot of them are stuck between weird legal battles that just never stop. So,
sadly.
yeah, but any of these things that you're like, yeah, fair use, but our lawyers go nuts for this. They will not enjoy it at all.
We'll take a final question. I know this man here on the second row. Go ahead.
Oh.
We have 2 minutes, so.
1 minute per Lillard.
No. Yeah.
Interesting.
So the Ghostface we have is not from the Scream movie. Therefore, no. More voices for existing characters? Sure. More costumes for existing characters? Sure.
Now, don't wrap up yet. We still have, because I know that you're all going to go tweet the thing he said. 'Cause everyone's been asking me that one. Do you put the mask on Matthew?
It's true. We talked about it yesterday with the team, and what we're releasing as the chapter now, that mask is not coming on. It's Matthew Lillard's face. But we all think it would be really cool to be able to have the version with the mask.
Yes.
So that's not impossible.
And we've seen the level of interest from folks like you who want to be able to do that. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we were wondering, to wrap it up, if we could take a photo with you all, if you want to come over here and we can have a picture. Does that work out?
We could have gone there.
Stay on the floor because stay on the floor because the tech people will shout at us if we don't want to break the stage.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
But come
yeah,
up,
if
but
you
stay
could
on
come
the floor.
standing and then we can have a photo there. Audrey, you have to be in it, so if we can have an enforcer or somebody to take a picture. Oh, Pat can take a picture? Go ahead. Yeah.
I was like, I'm on brand.
This is great. Yay. Come on in. Essentially, I wanted this photo because they were also part of the panel.
Yes.
So.
Thank you so much, Aldi, for coming.
We're trying to squeeze in any way. Let me see if you, let us know if you can get everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. If you want to hang out at the booth, you still can.